Welcome to class this month, rocking around the Christmas tree.
Welcome to OnlinePilatesClasses.com, the most supportive Pilates-loving community across the globe. Enjoy new weekly classes from our amazing teachers. Download the OnlinePilatesClasses.com app today.
As you can see, there's no holiday decor here. We don't really do that here, but we are going to think a lot about the different ways we rock and roll. And if you like that song or want to play some Home Alone later, you totally can. All right. That's whenever I think about that song, I think about like Home Alone where he's got the, you know what I mean? You know the scene. Anyways, what does it take to be able to rock? And yes, there's open leg rocker, but there's actually around the clock. There's also a way to rock from your stomach to your back. Like there's lots of different ways we can rock our bodies. And so we're going to explore the foundations to those rocking movements, which is like connecting your body, connecting all the foundations. And then what happens when we actually get all those connections going. So of course, we're going to start with the rollback bar. All right, so we're going to start with the rollback bar, feet against the poles. I have my arm springs handy because we're going to do that next. It's going to be a nice challenge for ourselves. If you use the same rollback bar and arm springs, just have your handles nearby. So we'll take our hands wide on our bar, feet into the poles. I start with bent knees because a lot of us don't really know what straight is. And when we're warming up, we tend to hyperextend or hang off our hip flexors. So reach to the arches of your feet, pull your waist back, and see what happens on the way down. Go ahead on this first one, just do some shoulder rolls. Just letting the shoulders circle up, around, and then notice how that affects your connections to the mat. And then lift the head and chest up, pull the waist back, and come all the way up. The knees bend when they need to. So the pelvis does not slide around. So we're not going and slide the pelvis underneath us. The more you can lift, like literally lift weight off of your hips and pull the waist back, the more the pelvis has room to I hate the word articulate, but like get underneath you. And then this time, go ahead and pull the elbows wide and just notice what happens with your ribs. Do you pop them off the mat? Can you breathe those ribs into the mat as you pull the elbows wide? And again, elbows wide, ribs into the mat. Two more. It's hard. We're warming up. But if you're someone who likes their low ribs, not likes, but your low ribs like to be off the mat, it's a really good thing to focus on. Bend the knees when you need to. And then this time, roll back. And then with those low ribs breathing into the mat, push the bar down and lift it up. So something I like to think about is like instead of breathing into your head first, breathe into your lowest ribs first. So sip the air in to the lowest ribs for 3, 2, 1, and then lift the head and chest up. Woo, okay. Take your right hand to the center of the bar, left arm around your waist, round back, and let's not anticipate. So if you've already slid to the side, Simon didn't say so. Take the arm overhead, and even though it's overhead, don't anticipate the side bend. Then bend the body to get your hand across the mat, and then reluctantly slide that leg over. Breathe here. Take the foot back, slide the spine back, circle the arm around, and then roll up. So again, let's not anticipate the side bend because we miss out on the good stuff. Pull the waist back. Get down onto the mat, take the arm overhead, but instead of taking the arm across the mat first, take the body across the mat and then reach and breathe. And slide the foot back, take the arm around and roll it up. Awesome. All right, let's do one more time each side on your own. Breathe through that. Oh, did you start to anticipate the side bend? Old habits die hard. And slide it across. So always giving your body just an opportunity to understand where you're sticky, because rocking back and forth or side to side or front to back requires the whole body to work in unison. And if you feel like you're coming up in chunks and then skipping chunks, it's going to make rocking not so fun, right? Okay, as promised, we're going to switch to our arm springs. Why would we do that? Because this is going to show any asymmetries, a right side that's stronger than a left side or tighter, etc. Roll back, and that can affect how you might rock and roll up. So just notice, do you feel like you're leaning to one side? Is one arm going higher than the other? Just do a few roll up and downs. And then on the third one, roll up to a hundreds curl, just a hundreds curl. And then do little like pulses there, not with your neck, but with your stomach pulling back. So can you pull your low ribs more into the mat and curl your crown of your head to the ceiling for 5 and 4 and 3, 2, 1, and then roll through the sticky spots all the way up. Then roll back to like halfway of a roll up. So your lower back's on the mat and do those pulses there. So again, the stomach is pulling down and the crown of the head is lifting up and over and up and over, up and over, and then roll it up. Whew. Okay, roll halfway back, find your own halfway, and then pull those arms wide again. You know what your tendency is. So if you like to pop your ribs forward, this is an opportunity to see if you could not do that, because we're sort of on our way to an open leg rocker. If I were to lift our legs up and reach the arms forward, we're like in a half open leg rocker, right? And then roll it up. So we want our arms reaching from our back evenly. All right, roll halfway back and then push the arms down. If in pushing the arms down, you push your spine down, see if you can oppose that. You push the arms down to lift the crown of your head to the ceiling for 5 and 4 and 3, 2, 1. Roll all the way up. Whew, okay. Now, put your arm springs, aren't you glad you have them, at your leg spring setting. So if you're unsure what hook that is, it's like 33 inches. I think, I don't know, I wrote it in the flashcards, but you can always ask us what's appropriate. Then put your feet into the poles, roll back, and then squeeze your legs together. So let your head rest for a second, just in case you're kind of in your neck. Okay, so I want you to squeeze the heels into each other and then into the mat. And if you've got calf abundance or your knees are keeping that from happening, then roll a towel up or squeeze a block. I want something between your heels so you can feel the inner thigh connection, and then dig the heels down. You're digging the heels down so much you feel the back of your legs light up. And then continue to dig the heels down as you lift the head and chest up and pulse your arms for your 100 here. So you should not feel anything in your neck. You should feel like you could lift the crown of your head to the ceiling and your low ribs into the mat. And you're squeezing those legs together. So the legs feel like they could levitate at any moment. And we need that for when we want to rock and roll. The legs have to be connected to the center, so much so that they could levitate. Keep breathing, 5 more cycles. See if you can make your pulses a little bigger, but still control the springs. Your chest should not be bouncing. 1 more cycle of breathing here. And roll it all the way up. Woo! Okay. So let's shake it out. Let's shake our grip out. Bring your knees into your chest here. Grab a hold to your shins or your back of your thighs and just roll like a ball. Our first rolling exercise, and hopefully it feels smooth. Hopefully it feels like, oh, I can roll through my sacrum, through my lower back, through my shoulder girdle. I don't get stuck anywhere and I'm not leaving anything behind. All right. Now, take one knee in, one leg out and roll back to the shoulder blades. Did you rock back or roll back? There's a difference. I know this is rocking around the Christmas tree, but we're not rocking here. So pull your waist back to the tips of your shoulders. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. So I'm not going to make you rock and roll this yet, but I want you to notice if your arms feel like they're connecting to your back or if you feel like you're going through the motions, and then bring your knees into your chest. Okay, rest your head. So we are going to rock and roll a little bit, and you may not feel as warmed up for this part yet, but we did the side bending, yeah? So let's do a little around the clock, and then we'll do a little side sit-up stuff, and we'll test ourselves again. So lift your head and chest up. You did rolling like a ball. You did single leg stretch. Double leg stretch. Pull your knees into your chest. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, reach it out. As you circle the arms around, exhale, lift the hips like you rolled like a ball. Your whole body should turn. Inhale, reach it out, circle around, and switch. And again, reach. We're just going to get ourselves to face the other way on our tower. Reach. You should be there. Rest. Woo, holy moly. All right. I lied. We'll do side sit-ups in a second, but for now we're going to do a little